Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage.
Does your wholesale lender do this for you? Free customizable marketing materials, online loan tracking for your clients, returns your past clients to you, and complimentary client retention campaigns. Don't you think it's about time you found one that does? Partner with United Wholesale Mortgage and receive these benefits and more.
Welcome to Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway, and this is created exclusively for Mortgage News Network. It was an interesting week last week. Interest rates did move in a volatile manner, but wound up ending the week pretty much where they started last week. And the reason for a lot of volatility was due to some remarks from Fed members as well as the big job report, which we received for the month of July. So first is some Fed comments. Voting Fed member, and it's always important to see when there's a voting member. There's 19 members of the Fed, but only 10 of them will vote. And the comments from voting members always carry a lot more weight. And this is from Dennis Lockhart from Atlanta. And he is considered to be a dove, so more accommodative, less likely to be looking to hike rates. Well, Mr. Lockhart said he's pretty much ready to hike rates at the next meeting, which is September 17th, and would need information to the contrary to change his mind. So I thought that was pretty meaningful. And what would a rate hike look like on September 17th? So let's talk about that for a minute. We've discussed this in the past as well, but I actually think, although it might sound counterintuitive initially, that mortgage rates would respond favorably. We get lower interest rates on mortgages and bond prices would improve. 10-year Treasury yield would drop. Now how much? Potentially an eighth to a quarter%. So I think it could be pretty meaningful with a Fed rate hike because the bond market would look at this and say that the Fed is responding to curb inflation. Now, speaking of some of the data, and I mentioned we did get that big job report for the month of July. We got that on Friday. And it showed that job creations were pretty much in line with expectations, about 215,000 new jobs, unemployment at a good rate of 5.3, and hourly earnings, and this was the big thing. A couple of weeks ago, we did get the employment cost index, and that showed that wages were not really responding too well. Well, this kind of eradicated that, showed that wages were moving up, hours that people are working are increasing. So I think this kind of gives the Fed so far the green light. Now they'll get another employment report to look at and some inflation reports to mull over before the Fed meeting, so it's possible that things could change. But right now I'd be banking on a Fed rate hike on September 17th, which would be good for mortgage rates. Interestingly enough, if they don't hike and the data continues to come out pretty good, I think that'll be very bad news for mortgage rates. We'll see interest rates increase by maybe 0.375%, quarter percent to 0.375%. So pretty pivotal time right now. With regards to pricing of itself and this week's news, pricing looks to be in the middle of a range, so I expect some volatility, although I don't expect a decisive move one way or another. I think that we'll see some stability within a range, so interest rates could move up about 0.1% or down about 0.1% from here, but I don't think they'll go much further than that during this next week because there's an absence of big news items. So relatively stable within a trading range, but we still need to keep watch on that. And helping us to keep watch on that, of course, is MBS Highway. Your customers can benefit greatly from your advice and all the tools that we show you to keep on top of the changing climate in the market for both interest rates and for real estate. Because remember, you do get real estate data for all parts of the country. You'll be able to give those reports to your realtor and your customer updated constantly, showing the job climate there, showing them affordability, what appreciation looks like, resales, new construction. So why not be that resource for your real estate agent and for your customer? All right, talk to you next week. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Today's Master of the Markets was brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage.
This is Mortgage News Network.